Hi guys, I said this in the last video, but I'm saying it again. I'm going on vacation for a week, so I'm filming some videos beforehand. Today I'm filming this one on the 19th, but it's going to be public on the 26th. Cool. Um, okay, so three positive values x, y, and z are related such that z varies directly with x squared and inversely with y to a power of n is greater than 0. However, if z and y are not independent, y varies directly with x to the power of 2 to the n plus 1, which consequently allows z to be expressed without y as varying directly with x squared. Z equals 45 when y is equal to 50 and x is equal to 30. Then when z is equal to 54, x over y equals the square root of a over b. Okay, so z is equal to kx cubed. Let's find out exactly what this is. 45 is equal to k times 30 cubed. So, 45 over 30 cubed is equal to k. Maybe let's take out some stuff. So 45 is equal to 5 times 3 squared. So 5 times 3 squared over, we could take out 5 times 2 times 3 times 10 times 3 times 30. So cancel these out, cancel this out. Now we have 2 times 10 times 30, so k is equal to k. So 1 over 600 is equal to k. Cool. K1, I guess. So we know z is equal to 1 over 600 x cubed. And z varies inversely with y to a power of n is greater than 0. So z is equal to 1 over y to n. Y to a power, no, is equal to y times, we're going to use q times 1 over y to the n. However, x and y are not independent. Y varies directly with x, so y is equal to x is equal to px to the power of 2 to the n plus 1, which consequently allows z to be expressed without y as varying directly with x squared. What? So z can be expressed both with x cubed and with x squared. Cool. So I don't get it, because if I were to replace this in here, just don't worry about the relationships, I'd have 1 over x to the 2, I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be like 1 over x to the 2n squared plus n. But that's not directly relationship, that's inverse relationship. I don't really get it. Okay. I have an idea. So if I put this in here, I get z is equal to q times 1 over p times 1 over x to the 2n squared plus m. Since these are equal, we know 1 over 600 is equal to q over p 1 x cubed at x to the 2n plus n. So we know x cubed times x to the 2n plus n is equal to 600 q over p. Okay, so since x times this x is equal to a constant, we know that 2n squared plus n is equal to -3. Because then when we multiply these together, they cancel out to 0. So 2n squared plus n plus 3 is equal to 0. So n is equal to -1 plus or minus the square root of -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times 2 times 3. I'm not doing this right. I am not doing this correctly. Okay, maybe we should just put this in here, so 50 is equal to p times 30 to the 2n plus 1. Okay. Z, no, I'll do 45 is equal to q times 50 to the n. Huh. Z varies directly with x squared. I just don't get it, because how is this gonna be inverse, but z with x is gonna be not inverse, it's gonna be direct? That just makes no sense. And how does z directly relate with x cubed and x squared? Okay, maybe let's just try to find the ratio. Maybe we don't need to know half these things. So z is equal to 54. This means x is equal to 1 over 600 times 54 cubed, which is equal to 54 is 2 times 27. So we have 2 cubed times 27 cubed, which is the same thing as 9 is 3 to the 9, or 3 to the 3 squared. Is it just 3 to the 27? No, no, no. It's 3 to the 9 over 600. 600 is 2 times 2 times 25 times 2 times 3. These cancel out with that. This cancels out to 3 squared. So we just get 9 over 25. X is equal to 9 over 25. Now, how do we find y? $54 is equal to... We don't know what p is. We don't know how they vary. I don't know, man. I'm just gonna look at the answer because I'm not really getting anywhere. I don't know. Okay. I can see... I don't really know how I got wrong, but I did, what I could have done right. But this was kind of correct. All I needed was this to equal 1. So then this would be -1. And then this would give me n is equal to 1/2. Which is actually cool because that makes this 2. Y varies with x squared, which means z varies with x squared, which means that y varies with z. I just don't... I must have just done the equation wrong or something when like putting one over another, when combining the two. But cool. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.